Welcome to Two Tops and Friends. Grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's dive into another episode of Two Tops and Friends.
Welcome back to Two Taps and Friends, everybody. Glad to have all my viewers back. Glad to have an all-star squad today. Todd Trunsky.
We're back, man. We're back, and we're better than ever before, man.
I got Matt Boswell. I got JT. We got us all here lined up. Everybody's slightly hungover and recovering from
eating a lot of food, man. I ate the chicken parm from Death by Pizza. It was absolutely amazing.
from Super Bowl. Last night was Super
Amazing.
Bowl. Dude, that's funny you
Death by
mentioned.
Pizza
Dude, I
was
had the
so
same
good.
thing. Dude,
You did? Shut up.
That's hilarious. So I keep
You had
hearing
Death by
about
Pizza?
it.
Me too. The chicken parmesan sandwich.
I didn't get they weren't even selling it. They were only doing like
They
a
only sell it
Super
during the
Bowl
week. They
package.
only sell it during the week
Dude.
from 12 to 4:30.
How did you have one yesterday?
Because I got it Saturday
Ah.
and put it in the fridge. It's amazing.
Dude, this place,
Death
have you
by
heard of this
Pizza.
place? Shout out to Death by Pizza.
Yep, shout out big time.
Dude, it's like blown up on Instagram and TikTok now. So like we
everywhere.
ordered this, like they had these packages, you had to like pre-order them. And we were going to my friend's house and he already had like all this food, but like another friend of mine was going there and we're like, dude, we should get this fucking pizza.
It's crazy.
So
isn't
we
it?
ordered all this, like, and they made you get all this shit. You couldn't just get pizza. It was like a Super Bowl package.
Yep,
so
yep, yep.
it's fucking like chicken wings and chicken fingers. And then they have these like Philly cheesesteak egg rolls.
Oh, yeah, yep,
Have
I
you
heard
had
about those. Were those good,
Oh
too?
my God. Dude, not good for you, but they're good.
They're good.
They're very unhealthy. We'll put it that way. But yeah, it was a lot of food.
Yeah,
it was a lot of, but I think the food was probably the best part of the Super Bowl yesterday. You agree?
It was. The
Dude.
chicken parm sandwich was better than the Super Bowl. By the way, when is the Super Bowl happening?
Yeah, it was terrible, right?
When's
Horrible.
Mahomes going to score
What
like
the hell
Horrible.
was that?
Mahomes looked
win the
lost,
game?
didn't he?
Yeah.
Mahomes honestly
Dude.
looked lost in that game.
Philly's defense was just insane. They were
Yeah,
just
Philly
in
was
his
tough.
face.
And Jalen Hurts was dropping dimes.
You have
Dude.
dimes.
I was
Jalen
just
Hurts
sitting there,
looked
and the best is
fantastic.
like everybody's asking. You know, when you're at a Super Bowl party and you actually watch the game, you become a fucking expert. Everybody's asking you questions because it's all layman. Everyone watches the Super Bowl. Like nobody really knows anything
That's
about.
why I watch it alone so I can zone into it.
Right, the real I
the
like
way
to
it is.
watch
That's
it alone, but it
right.
doesn't work.
Believe me,
If,
believe
you know,
me.
when it doesn't work out for me
Yeah,
like that. I always
100%.
end up fucking with people there.
100%. You're with the
So
crew.
everybody's asking shit, and I'm like, and they're up like 20-0, and I'm like, yeah, it's still not over. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, this guy could come back, Mahomes, you know, and like, I'm hyping him up. I'm like, yeah, he's 30-0. I'm like, he still could come back. Didn't fucking happen. Not only did it happen, they went more flat.
Yeah,
you know?
they were
It was-
horrible. What
it was
happened to them?
crazy, you know. And dude, like, it's the Super Bowl. It's such a fucking thing. Like football becomes secondary, but when the game is good, everybody shuts the fuck up and started watching. But there was no shut the fuck up and start watching
2
yesterday.
years ago, it was 38-35, the same exact teams. It was great,
Oh, was
wasn't
it?
it?
I didn't remember.
Yeah,
I
2
can't
years ago, it was
even
the
keep up.
exact same teams, 38-35. They wanted a field goal with 7 seconds to go in the game.
But what was the difference? They didn't have Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, they had no Saquon Barkley. They had no, I
think
have
they-
no idea. Everything else was just
They
totally.
game planned Saquon Barkley so hard, they just had to pick pick your poison, and they fucking.
That was the big bet last night. Everybody was taking anytime touchdown for Saquon. And
Right.
it didn't happen.
Saquon
Right.
didn't score a touchdown.
No.
That's amazing.
That's
you know?
everyone was bet. That was the big bet
Really?
last night. Yeah.
Well, dude, they game planned the guy so hard. Like, it's smart. It's the smart play to do it, but didn't work out every other place. You
Philly
know?
was awesome, dude. I got to give Philly all the credit, man. They were
Dude,
fantastic, weren't
fucking
they?
Philadelphia fans.
took it-
Did you see on Twitter their fucking there's riots? It was
Are
like
they
crazy
really,
shit.
Really, really? Oh, I
Dude,
believe
Philly.
It. I believe it. They're the craziest
Dude,
fans ever.
Philly is fucking.
Philly are the
those
wildest
people are
fans ever.
nuts,
Oh, yeah.
dude. You from Jersey, you know about Philly. Everybody knows about Philly. They've gotten this fucking reputation, dude.
Are you a Jet fan?
No, I grew up a Dolphin fan.
Did you really? What the hell?
You were a
Jersey?
Dolphin fan before you
Whoa.
moved here?
I was a Dolphin fan my whole life. Yeah.
Wow,
Really?
Dan Marino?
Yeah, Dan Marino.
You're old enough to remember that shit.
Reno was
I
the
like
man,
Barry
dude.
Sanders, though.
Oh, Barry Sanders was the man. I used to watch Barry Sanders play every Sunday.
What did they say? What did they say? Detroit Lion? He's from Detroit, Michigan.
Restore the roar, baby.
They restored it this year.
Restore. Yeah, we did actually. The
You were,
Detroit
in,
Lions
as you
were
say,
really
you were
good.
in the
Right,
conversation.
we were, but then we folded like a cheap suit, like we were a total chopper when it was all said and done.
Totally wanted them to go further than
Yeah,
they
me
did.
too. But you want to know something? They didn't deserve it.
Dude, you know, it is what it is. It's sports. You
Yeah,
got to
but
be consistent.
Exactly. Any team can beat any team on any given day.
Exactly. The Super Bowl, it's wild because there's so much other shit that goes into the
Oh,
Super
yeah,
Bowl.
the
So
Super
much
Bowl is-
distraction. For a pure football fan, the distractions are like a nightmare. Like Taylor Swift.
Taylor.
Like, I'm not gonna piss off the fucking Swifties right now because it's like a cult, and my family are all in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
which show
but
were
what do you
at?
think when they start when they flash to Taylor Swift in a football game? What do you guys think of
Oh,
that?
I think it's an absolute joke.
What do you think of that?
I think it's great for the sport. You know,
Right.
Taylor Swift, her insight and commentary about the game, it's really elevated.
Oh, shut the fuck up! Shut the
Oh,
fuck
that's
up!
awesome. I'm like, what?
No, and what do you? I mean, look, I will say that it's cool that like all of a sudden, like the girl. Not first of all, there's a lot of
Well,
women that
a
are
lot
very
of
into
girls
football.
started
I'm not
watching
gonna say
football
it.
because of Swifty.
That's what I'm
She
saying.
threw the game
Which is
like
huge.
double.
Which is huge.
Like
Right?
at the game, my wife's got like a Taylor Swift sweatshirt on, watching Super Bowl, and
That's
all the
awesome.
my daughter and her friends are like, I'm going for the Chiefs. I'm like, what do you
Right.
mean? Why? Like with Travis Kelce, I'm like, dude, what the fuck? It's kind of cool because it gets everybody
It
into
does.
it.
It
But
does.
man,
It is
like,
kind of cool. It
did
gets
you see how
everybody into
bad
it.
she got booed last night?
did?
She got so fucking booed. Like they flashed to her, and the whole stadium started booing.
It was her and
They were
Ice
all
Spice.
Eagle fans. They were all Eagle fans.
Well, it's not even the Eagles fan. I think the football people are just tired of
Yeah,
like
but there
it
was so
becoming
many Eagle
about
fans,
her,
too.
right?
Yeah.
There was so many Eagle fans too, though. It's like 10-1.
Oh, dude, because yeah, it's Philly, Kansas City. I don't think there's as many.
Wait, where was the game
in
played?
New Orleans.
New
okay.
Orleans.
Add to the fucking craziness. It was in New Orleans. Yeah, but they flashed her, and then did Travis Kelce even have a catch?
He didn't
Yeah.
until
Yeah, in
he
the
had a
second
couple.
half.
Second half.
He had a nice play. I remember that.
He did. Yeah, I mean, so that was a distraction. Obviously, the commercials used to be like when the commercials come on.
What was the best commercial?
I think none of them.
I didn't even watch
I think they were so
There was
boring.
a lot- no, there's a good ones. There were some good ones. There was one for like Instacart that had like the Jolly Green Giant. It had the Kool-Aid thing. They took like every of the
I must
cool
have fell
characters
asleep
for the
then.
food and they had them run around. It was cool. The one with Shane Gillis. Did you see the Shane Gillis one? It was Shane Gillis and Post Malone, and they're like throwing like a block party. It was pretty fucking
I must
funny.
have fell asleep for those.
No, they were good, but
It
it's
was so
funny because the
boring,
girl
that game.
because usually the non-football people, like during the game, they're talking, and football people are watching the game, and then when the commercial comes, it reverses. Like we don't give a fuck about the commercials, you know. And then the women are
You
watching
got the
this.
football people, the commercial people, the Swifties.
But the commercial
Swifties!
people were watching a little bit because of the Swifty thing,
Right,
you know.
right.
So I mean, it was. I don't mind it so much. I think I can see where pure football people get fucking annoyed though. Like if you just don't stop, you
Right.
know, they show her a lot, you know.
Yeah, but you're right. It's good for the game.
It is good for the
It's good,
game.
it
And
brings
she
more
has a
people.
cult following. Like I've never seen anything like
I
it.
wasn't watching it like dialed in intently. I was just kind of casually watching. I didn't feel like normally every time I've seen the Chiefs, she's all over the screen.
Right?
I
She
feel
wasn't.
like
she wasn't.
they-
She wasn't. They didn't take.
Yeah.
They didn't.
The cameras
serve
were-
That's
all
probably
over.
why they lost, though, because Taylor
That's
Swift.
hey.
That could
You can
be.
give her time, she can amount a comeback. When they were down 17-0, I said they still have
It's
They still have
awesome.
Swift.
They
They have
still have the
Swift and
Swifties.
Malone.
Yeah.
Dude, I literally was throwing that shade at people all night. They're like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "It's all Taylor Swift's fault. She fucked it all up, you know. She fucked it up." And they're like, "It's not funny." I'm like, "Yeah, well, to me, it's funny." Dude, yeah, it's crazy. You know, and she pissed off a lot of people when she talked against Trump. She talked.
I think that's what it was, too.
I think a lot of it was there, right? Because he gets fucking like crazy.
best.
He gets you. One day's the best. One day you
No,
hate
no,
him.
I can't stand it, but it's must-watch TV. I can't stand Trump, but he's must-watch TV, man. He's must-watch.
He's so
TV.
must-watch TV. There's no question, you
He
know.
is. He's hilarious.
Yeah, dude.
Whatever comes out of his mouth is hilarious.
If you don't take him, if you
Just look
take,
at it as comedy.
if you look at
It
it as
is.
comedy, it's
Yeah.
really funny, you know. But if you get offended, some people can't even fucking.
Right.
They hate the dude so much.
Tough.
They didn't show him that much either. They showed him the one
They showed him at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I must have
But
fell
is-
asleep
but there's
watching
never-
that
is-
game.
did
It was
you-
so boring.
I heard a crazy. It was really boring. I heard a crazy stat. Like he was the first president to attend a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Is
he
that
was.
real?
Yep.
Sitting
Yep. Yep.
president,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Yep. Sitting president.
But that's weird to me.
I mean,
thought
that
all
seems
the
like a
presidents-
security fucking nightmare if you're a Secret Service and those
I
guys
feel
are.
like every president's at the Super Bowl.
But they're not. I would have thought so too, but they're not. I
wouldn't
can't
think
remember a
so.
time where
Yeah,
a
why would they
president was
not
brought
be?
in.
It's kind of weird.
Most presidents, they try
mean,
to
dude,
like
security.
remain
Right.
above
Like,
like,
Obama
the
was at
culture
the
and
Super Bowl.
society.
Really?
Yeah, they try to just stay more neutral and out of it and let it do. Let it
They
be
always
its own
comment.
thing.
They always go to the
Who's
White
the
House.
president?
The
The
winner.
president's
they-
a very reserved
Every
position. You're
team goes
supposed
to
to
the
like
White
try to
House.
be as out of
It's
the.
not a reserved position.
Well, not anymore. No,
It is-
not with Trump, where
it
he's
hasn't
like,
been a
ooh,
reserved
free
position.
marketing. I gotta
It was
show
really
up.
Trump.
It was a really reserved position with Biden, though.
Yeah.
Dude, we didn't even see him. You know, it was crazy. Like,
That was too little
was in the
communication. That was too little.
dude, yeah, but you know, like, first of all, celebrities. It goes to the next topic. Celebrities giving political opinions. Like, what do you think of celebrities giving? Do you when you hear a celebrity give a political opinion, what do you think?
I sort of just turn the TV off.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
I'm like,
What
yeah,
about
we're
you?
Sports Center. I'm like, hold on. I'm like,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is a little
You
boring
only
for
give
me.
a shit about sports, but like, what is your position?
I
You
usually,
get political.
I usually tune out a lot of the time, especially a lot of them haven't had like a normal life experience. You
like
know?
Taylor Swift. Do you think she has a normal life experience?
So it's difficult to relate, I think, to normal working people.
Right. Like, how can you give your
Taylor.
position and
She's
be
a great
so
coach, though. Great coach.
Great coach.
Yeah, but on politics, no. Then I.
Any of them, when any of the celebrities, I'm sorry, but like unless you have some kind of background, or you have some crazy backstory, or you know what I mean, you were in like some movement or something. But like when you just chime in and it's like the assumption that like it's insulting. The assumption that like because I'm famous, I'm famous, you should just listen to my opinion. And they don't give context. They don't give like a background for why they formed their opinion. They just say, vote this person, the other guy sucks or whatever. Like, to me, like I just think it's pretty ridiculous. It's like you probably keep your fucking mouth shut. You know what I mean? That's my opinion with it. But on the other front, you got a big platform.
Use your platform.
Huge platform.
I get it.
But we need to get back to critical thinking. Everybody needs to think for themselves.
Yeah, good luck
Like
with
look
that.
at something and
That ain't happening.
make a informed.
Well, today you were looking
Smart,
at the
JC,
news.
I like that. I like that.
Dude, on the way here, you're looking at the news on X.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, it's fucked up. We're getting news on X. But
That's
I guess
where the
everybody
news-
gets news on X.
Social
Twitter.
media.
Oh,
It's now called X. Where the
on
fuck
what?
you been? You in between Sports Center? Check.
I'm
Nobody
like,
calls
catch
it
up on
X.
things.
What's X?
Nobody calls it X.
I know.
Don't say
Everybody
that.
calls it Twitter, right?
Everybody calls it Twitter.
Right. But he doesn't
Fucking
like.
Twitter.
Twitter, Instagram. I know all that good stuff. Don't worry.
Yeah. We
Even the
know about your
newspaper.
Instagram experience,
Oh, my
your
God.
Facebook
Oh
experience.
yeah. We know about that.
Yeah, dude.
It wasn't good.
So yeah, I don't like it. I don't think people like it so much either. That's why like, especially like the Oscars. You watch the Oscars and they come out and they all have like this like big speech they give.
Leave
Like
the politics. I don't care which side you're on. We just like everyone can figure that out on themselves.
agree.
You know?
Like Taylor Swift, dude, you can't question her as an artist. Like she's unbelievable,
She's
right? Like
unreal.
I'm not a huge fan of her music. I don't mind it. You know what I mean?
She's
It's not something that I would
amazing.
rock
She's
in my car
amazing.
coming up here, but
I mean,
people love her. And the shows she
she's
puts
like
on,
Michael Jackson big.
Yep.
She's
She
that-
puts on
dude,
amazing shows.
She
She's
might
a
be.
total-
I might be bigger. You know, I mean, I
Bigger
never
than
thought
Michael?
of dude. She is huge.
Really?
I had to try to get tickets. So
You couldn't
where
get-
did you
so
go,
listen
Canada?
to this.
You got
so,
tickets for your
so you
daughter?
know, like I generally can get tickets and good hookups. You know what I mean? And they asked me, my wife and daughter, like, listen, can you get Taylor Swift tickets? This is before I knew she was a big name, but I'm like, yeah. And the guy I know is like connected to like the owner of the place she's like performing, right? So he owes me favors from like legal stuff, so I never cash in on favors. So when I do cash in, they hook it up
Sure,
because
sure.
I never cash in on
Sure.
those. So I call him like, listen, I might need help with these tickets. And he's like, what tickets? No problem. And this is like a year in advance. Like I'm hearing about this because they're all worried
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
my sister was trying to
They
get
were
them. They were
selling
so
out and,
expensive.
like,
They were
it's
so
ridiculous.
expensive for tickets for Taylor Swift.
So literally, I call him. I'm like, dude, like, can you get me these tickets? He's like, yeah. Where is it? Is it at the Hard Rock? Yeah, I got it. I'm like, you sure, dude? Like, apparently these are a big fucking deal. He's like, dude, don't fucking do me a favor. A year in advance, you call me. He's like, don't call me when it's closer. I'm like, all right, I got you. Like 2 months before I start seeing the prices. They're like $6,000 a ticket, $5,000 a ticket. So I call him like, yo, dude, you sure, not to bother you again, but you sure it's not a problem for these tickets? And he's like, dude, stop. A month before I call him again, I got you. 2 weeks before he calls me. I may have underestimated these fucking Taylor Swift tickets, dude.
Shit, oh no!
I'm like,
Two
no. He
taps. I
goes,
got
dude.
you. 10K a piece.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, listen, I'll be able to get them, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to like get the hookup on these things too much. You know? I'm like, dude, just whatever you can do.
Bro,
You know?
that's why I hit you up a year ago.
Yeah. He goes. Well, I go, what happened? He goes, well, I called him, the guy, and I'm like, listen, I just need to. And the guy goes, are you fucking kidding me right now? He's like, you know, I have a wait list for this from friends and family. Like the owner of the stadium was fucking couldn't put people in there. enough.
Yeah.
So she has a massive,
Oh dude, she's big
massive
time.
following.
Wait, did you end up going?
I didn't go. It wasn't for me. I ended up getting these tickets. not good seats. I got 4 of them. 2 of them were like behind the stage.
Still though.
And the people
still.
that we got them for were super happy about it
Absolutely,
anyway, right?
man.
Like,
Those tickets are crazy.
yeah, I got them, but it was fuck. She has a huge
Huge
following.
following.
Danny got killed on some
She's
tickets.
big time. She's
Yeah.
big time.
So I'm definitely not going to talk shit about her because we'll piss off too many people,
No.
you know. But I don't think she'd be
What
giving.
do you mean?
She
You were at
doesn't
the
live.
show.
She doesn't live a fucking. I mean, I will if I want to talk shit about her. I'm just saying that. But she doesn't live like a normal life. Like
I
where
mean,
she can
not
talk
many-
about taxes,
Yeah.
right?
Right,
yeah.
Or she can
Hell
talk
no.
about like the price of eggs that people are fucking
Nothing
nonstop
applies
with.
I
to
heard
her.
eggs are hard to get these days.
I keep hearing
Jeez.
about eggs.
Yeah, me
Everybody,
too, man. I heard eggs are hard to get.
That's like one of the talking platforms now. Like the price of eggs.
I find them. They're more expensive.
Everything's more expensive.
Yeah.
Dude, but yeah, they shouldn't be giving their opinions. But I mean, overall, I thought it was a fucked up Super Bowl, meaning like it was boring.
Boring,
Yeah.
wasn't it? It was the most
You want
boring
to see a
Super Bowl
good
I've ever
game, no
seen.
matter what. You want to see even if
It was
your team
horrible.
wins. I want it to be a good
Right.
game.
You want to see a good game, competitive.
Well, it probably wasn't boring
You
for
wanna
the
see
Philly
Philly-
fans.
yo,
Philly
Philly
fans
fans.
probably liked it, you know?
Yeah, but
Yeah, it was
nobody.
just an absolute
they-
beatdown the whole time. Philly was loving it.
Right. Did you guys see the Selena Gomez video? Have you seen this thing?
I must have.
I just watched
What
it
about the
this
halftime
morning.
entertainment of the game? That was horrible.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about
That was the worst.
I was
wasn't
gonna
it?
ask you, dude.
Oh my god!
I think it was terrible.
I
that
love
was the
Kung Fu
worst.
Kenny.
Rihanna before that was horrible. The year before, Rihanna was 100 times better than yesterday.
Yeah, yes, it was bad. And Kendrick Lamar is a good rapper.
He is?
Yeah, he's just like he's
I
probably one
love
of the best
Kung Fu
rappers.
Kenny.
Out of
I
the
know
new
he was
wave
songs.
of rappers, he's probably the best
Is
rapper.
he really?
But
Oh my god, I feel bad for all
like,
the
I don't know
rappers.
that you put him at the fucking halftime show. Like
He was
it's not-
horrible. I didn't know
That
one
didn't
song he
apply
sang.
I
to
don't
the
feel
Anyone over the
everyone.
age of 30 was like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
it got
Might
all
as well put
political.
Cher on there.
Somebody ran out with like a fucking free Gaza flag and all this shit.
did?
Well, I didn't
Yeah,
feel like
fucking terrible.
the way that I looked at it with the American flag and then Samuel L. Jackson, it seemed like almost patriotic in a sense.
Yeah, what was he doing? the
I
whole
guess. Are you
Samuel
being
Jackson was-
sarcastic?
No, I'm
He was
not.
like live
in
action.
a,
time?
I
Yeah, what was he
am, but
doing?
I'm
That was
not.
so weird, wasn't it?
Like,
Yeah.
in a sense,
was
it
in
was
character,
like a
I guess.
patriotic deal.
Yeah.
I didn't know what he was doing. I'm like, what is he doing?
I don't know, but
didn't
considering
really-
that,
Uncle Sam.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
considering the performers before were like Prince,
Yeah.
Michael
well,
Jackson.
Snoop Dogg
Yeah,
and Dr.
I mean,
Dre.
dude, if you're gonna bring,
Oh
yeah,
my
if you're gonna bring
God.
like rappers out, they gotta be like, it's you want to
Yeah,
hit. I think
it's
you're
gotta
trying to
be
hit
Dre and
all the
Snoop.
fucking demographics
They
when,
gotta be
when you have a
amazing.
halftime
They gotta
performance.
be
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, but Prince
was
pretty
awkward
much
halftime.
ended all halftime shows.
Prince was sick.
The Prince, you
When he
don't
was there?
remember?
It's-
Rewatch that, Trunsky. It's
I don't, when was that? Like 20 years ago?
like 10, yeah.
Yeah,
It'd
it
be
was
amazing.
awesome.
It was
Oh, yeah,
next
Prince
level.
That'd be amazing.
It wasn't even the. It's not that it's rap because you can have like rap that gets you pumped up, ready to go for a second half. I felt like it was just
Oh,
more
that's the
like
best rap
It was
to get you fired
I
up.
felt like the Kendrick Lamar was pretty much. It was
just-
more
it
like
seemed
like
like
a
it
thought
was
More like,
piece.
yeah, boring.
Yeah, or like a thought piece, something you would like have to. Let's break down the
He should have hit
intellectual.
more
Right.
hits. He should have gone through his all his bangers.
Well, I think he did hit some hits.
I
though,
mean,
right?
he hit it was more all his newer
Seemed
stuff.
like a personal
I didn't know
thing.
one
Yeah,
song.
that's what it seemed
That's
like.
what
It
it
seemed
seemed
like
like.
he
Yeah.
said, like putting out like a message.
They not like us.
Don't
they
put-
not like us.
That's awesome.
That's really good.
I don't know.
Don't put out messages
Yeah.
in the Super Bowl. That's what I don't like.
Yeah.
Don't just.
don't-
Everybody's trying to unite
just
and
do-
watch
yeah,
one
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
game. Nobody wants to hear your politics. Nobody wants to hear your message.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's a justified message, like it's not the time for it, dude. You got to read the fucking room.
Yeah.
So many people can't read the fucking room. That's what drives me nuts. Like, well, what I was saying wasn't bad. Like, yeah, but just shut the fuck up right then.
people
Like,
don't
why are you
care.
doing it now? If you're gonna lose the room, what are you doing, dude? So many people can't read the
That's
room.
what Trump's really good at, reading the room.
He doesn't give a shit what the room is. He's
Yeah.
just gonna
Well-
say what
Trump
he
just
wants to
says what
say,
Trump
dude.
says, man. Trump
He's
just
better
says-
at leading
No, I mean,
back. He'll
of
go out there
course.
like.
Well,
you
and
know?
he reads his room. You know,
that's
he's
what I
got a
mean.
room full of his supporters.
That's
That's
what I
not reading
mean.
the room, but like you got to know when to like.
He'll come out there like, let's have a moment of silence.
Yeah.
It could have been DEI. It could have. I'm not saying it was
Yeah.
a woman. I'm not saying it was a woman. The family doesn't want me to
Trump.
Dude, for reading the room, politics is usually a deal breaker. Like, you don't want to bring
Yeah.
politics up in a fucking room. You know that. People know you don't bring up politics. You don't bring up religion.
Religion.
Kills the whole vibe.
It'll kill the vibe quick. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
to do it in a Super Bowl where you got millions and millions of people, everybody's like.
Yeah,
so
nobody
some
cares.
people, I'm sure, loved it. Most people were like, what the fuck, dude? Like, let this thing be over. You know?
Yeah,
For me,
yeah.
I was fucking, I walked out anyway. Like, I don't watch this shit most of the time anyway, you know?
say. Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that was that. So it's over. We're done. And now
Super
we have
Bowl's over. We gotta wait for the next Super
and
Bowl.
now we gotta wait for what? The NBA to fucking
No, we gotta
ratchet
wait for
up.
March Madness.
No,
March
it-
Madness.
March Madness is coming
yeah.
soon.
March Madness is
March
the shit.
Madness.
Right.
March Madness is amazing.
March Madness is definitely
Amazing.
That's really, really good.
It's the best.
I went to a
Better than
college
Super Bowl.
basketball game at Marist. I was there this
Oh,
weekend.
there was a game?
We were there for Jacob's fucking
How sick is
check
it?
out of
So
school.
good,
How
wasn't
sick
it?
is that
Dude, even
campus? How
and even
sick is that
there, they're
campus?
like not like UConn, right? It wasn't
Right.
like a big game like UNC or anything, but it was still like hype.
Oh, it's still awesome.
It's just
yeah.
basketball. Basketball is the most.
They got a
How
nice
big's
little
their
facility.
I
gym
sat
up there?
down and Jacob's there. I'm like, now this is my sport. You know, like that's just what I came
Yeah,
up in
that's your
basketball.
game.
Like
Yeah, you love basketball.
that's one of the most entertaining games probably to watch. Right?
Yeah,
Football's
yeah,
number one.
for sure.
Football's number
Well,
one.
in the United
To watch,
States,
yeah, to watch.
in the United States, American football they
Yeah.
call it. Soccer in the world.
Yeah, all by far.
And if you know soccer, it's great, but football is the most high
Yeah,
octane.
football.
Right.
Football, they try to kill you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.
Try to knock your head off.
It's great.
That's what we like.
Yeah, dude. But
In
basketball is
America.
super entertaining.
College basketball is the best.
March Madness is the greatest
Right.
event. March Madness is the
is.
greatest for each
Because teams
sport.
can fall apart like no other. Like
don't
it
know
doesn't
what's
matter
gonna
what
happen.
league.
Anybody
dude.
High
can win the
pressure.
March Madness. These big little teams go to the Final Four every year.
Yeah, so basketball is the most entertaining to watch, like high octane, fast. So that's the next thing.
What about hockey?
Hockey,
That's fun to go watch.
really fun to
live.
Hockey's amazing.
live. I don't think there's.
I
much
grew up
better
in
than
Yeah,
hockey.
Detroit,
that's-
dude. I
it's the
love hockey, man. Hockey, they just beat the shit out of each other.
But it's real. Like hockey, weird. It's some areas they don't. It's not big
not
at
big.
all, right? Like Florida's
Like
big on
lacrosse.
hockey
Lacrosse
now.
wasn't big everywhere first. Now it's huge, you know?
Lacrosse is getting
Huge.
big.
Lacrosse is getting
In
huge.
the Northeast, lacrosse is.
Oh, yeah.
was
Lacrosse was always
huge.
huge. It was always huge in the Midwest.
Yeah, but now lacrosse is getting.
Getting
It's
big
getting
down
there.
south.
It's getting
Getting
there.
huge down
I
south.
figured out why hockey after watching so much hockey live. It's scientifically designed to capture you. It's got the hard hits of football, the speed faster than like basketball, but the same pace.
Right.
But each goal counts as much as like a soccer match where, you know, like one goal means a lot. So you're constantly oscillating
Sure,
between
sure.
we're gonna score to oh shit, if they score, we're fucked.
Sure,
you know, and
sure.
it's just whoom, 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 with these hard hits. It's
Oh, the hockey
Right,
players
and
are crazy.
the only-
aren't they?
Adrenaline.
Hockey players are crazy.
And
Yeah.
then that's the thing with soccer. Like soccer, the scores. It's not as. It is fast paced, but it's not as fast paced as hockey. Like,
Yeah.
Hockey's bananas.
It
Like,
is.
We just watched. I
It's
went to the Panther
unnatural.
game. These guys, just because there's ice skating involved, like that shit's
Oh,
hard
they're
as
so
hell. Like,
talented,
dude,
they're so talented.
you ever ice
dude.
skated?
Hell no.
Dude, it's not easy.
not
You know,
Hell
these guys, the
no,
way
I
they
don't know
fly
what
up
I'm
and down the
doing.
ice
Hell no.
and do all that
Trunsky, we got to go ice
Ice
skating, bro.
skating.
Let's
I
do
would-
it.
That'd be a
I
good
would
side.
pay
edibles,
so
please
much
some edibles
fucking
go ice
money
skating.
Yeah, for
to
sure.
watch Trunsky ice skating.
Oh my
That'd
God.
be some good
Trunsky
luck.
ice skating on multiple edibles.
No, but like lacrosse is like
Lacrosse is
hockey,
huge everywhere now.
soccer,
Lacrosse is huge everywhere
and
now.
basketball combined. It's just not, and it's fast. If you know what you're watching, like if you don't, but most of us don't grow up watching lacrosse. Like me too. When I started learning lacrosse, I'm like,
But
I
now
can't
you're
understand
in.
it. Yeah, now I'm
Now
really
you're in for
because
life.
like my kid's going to play Division I lacrosse.
His
It's like-
kid's elite.
Fastest
Elite,
hands in the
elite.
nation.
It's just it's really entertaining though. Like 'cause they run basketball plays pretty much. You know what I mean? They're doing like cutting. It's the same thing as basketball, and they're playing behind the goal like hockey.
Yeah.
So it's like a mix of all of it. So yeah, we're going.
Lacrosse
Into,
is awesome.
yeah. So we're going into fucking the March Madness, but switching up. We talked about sports enough. The next topic: funniest animal encounters, and I have a good one to start off with. You don't have animal
Come on,
encounters.
Tabs.
I don't
let's
know
hear
if I
it.
do. I got it.
You don't associate with animals at all?
I do. I love dogs.
I can tell
dude.
you
I
fucking
love,
some animal encounters. Your fucking dogs.
I love dogs.
Your dogs were lunatic. Popcorn,
Oh, that
remember
was
that
the
dog?
best. And I told Rosenberg, I'm like, Rosenberg, will you watch my dogs?
Oh my God. He
I'm
had
like,
a
they're
dog.
so low key. Don't worry about it. They won't
Low-key.
give any problem at all.
Dude, he had dog popcorn, this big poodle, like full-size poodle.
was
This dog
awesome.
would get an inch from your face and just bark over and over, and wouldn't bite you, just bark.
It was awesome.
And I'd be sitting there, I'm like, dude, Trunsky, at any point, and he would just sit there and act like nothing was happening. I'm like, Trunsky, at any point, is this poodle
Dog.
gonna stop barking in my face?
was
He's like, oh, she's
awesome.
awesome, leave her alone. I'm like, dude, leave her alone. I'm just
It
sitting
was
here.
awesome.
And then the little one was Champ.
You're
Remember
a champion.
Champ wouldn't bark in your face. He wouldn't. You
No, he would just sit there. He was just, yeah,
he would just sit
he
there.
would just
He's
sit
like a
there.
piece of furniture.
Oh yeah, he was the real piece of
He's like a piece of
furniture.
And
furniture.
they would pee in the corner. And remember? And
Oh
it's
yeah, they
like,
pee and shit in the corner. I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. It's
my
all good.
God, dude.
I'm like, that's what they do. I'm like, Roosevelt, you watch my dog for the
That was
weekend?
the best. He calls me up because we went, before I knew these dogs, he's like, oh, can you watch my dogs? I'm like, how many dogs? 2. Are they big? Pretty big.
Pretty big.
I'm like, how long? The whole weekend. I'm like, I don't know.
I'm like, you won't even know they're there.
You won't
Don't
even
even
know
worry
they're there.
about
Until
it.
they shit in your corner.
Yeah, until they shit in your face.
Dude, then I meet these dogs. I'm like, you fucking asshole. You were going to give me these dogs all weekend? The one dog's in my face barking as I'm talking to him, you know?
So awesome.
Dude, those dogs are hilarious, dude. Yeah, but one of mine is, you guys know I'm a licensed python catcher.
Oh, I remember
No, I
that.
just-
That was
I just
I remember
heard
that.
that.
You remember that?
That was from Mardi Gras, wasn't it?
No, that was different.
Oh, was?
That was different. That's another topic
I knew
for
that
another
one.
day. No, so yeah, Mardi Gras, I had a python on my fucking neck, but
I
that's
remember
another
that. That
story.
was crazy.
Dude, so like, I'm working on a case, for one of my criminal cases, and the prosecutor and I are working together on it, and he's a cool guy. Bill Barner, shout out. It's a nut job, dude. Like, he's telling me all these stories, and I'm like, dude, so we were talking about the case. He's like, dude, we should talk about it. Where you live out in Davie? I'm like, yeah. He goes, well, I'm coming to Treetop Parks Saturday morning. You should meet me. I'm like, what are you doing there? He's like, well, I'm going to a snake python catching like seminar.
Oh shit.
I'm like, what is that? Why the fuck would I go to that? You know what I mean? He's like, no, it's cool. You get to see like cool videos and show you how to spot them. I'm like, and it's literally across the street from my house, this place. So I'm
So
like,
you're
all right,
certified.
I go over this fucking thing when I walk in, and it's in this like
Oh my
state
God.
park like building. I walk in, it's all rednecks in full camo gear, right?
awesome.
And they got like gear and they got equipment and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I walk in with like sneakers and shorts. I'm the only Jew for 100
That's
miles.
awesome.
The
There's
python
chance.
kike.
There's no
That's
Jews
awesome.
in there, dude.
That's awesome. They're like, what's a
Promise
Jew?
you, there's no
They're like,
Jews.
what's a Jew?
Right, and I'm going this big, rugged, like fucking snake guys, like teaching the seminar, and it starts off like they're showing like videos of like how to spot pythons, and it's pretty cool. The first part, I'm like, oh, this is cool, you know, and then halfway in, he goes, all right, guys, let's go catch some pythons. I go, what the fuck, right? So then we had to go and we
Oh, my
walk
God.
outside to the front of this building, and we're in like treetops in the woods, you know, and he has this pickup truck he pulls up, and he just starts whipping bags from the back, like Jake the Snake Roberts, right?
Jake the
Literally
Snake!
pulls out like a bag. I'm like, what the fuck? I look at Bill. I'm like, Bill. He goes, oh, this is the best part. I'm like, I'm not fucking catching. You out of your fucking mind? He's
Oh my
like,
God.
he's like, no, we're doing this. We're doing this, Rose. We got to do. Let's just watch. Let's just watch. So they fucking start off, and it's all like rednecks, and they have like 2 like 17-year-old rednecks, like the youngest guys. So they're like, you guys start first, and he pulls out like a python that's like this big. I'm like, oh, it's not like a full-size thing. Like maybe I'll watch. We'll
You're
see.
like,
Maybe
yeah,
we'll do
I
it.
got
right?
this. I got this.
So the first guy goes and they give you like a fucking trap stick, you know, the thing where you like hold the back of their heads, and they give you a bag. They just drop a bag. And he's like, all right, so here's what you do. He shows up, dude, he goes, you take the snake, you catch him by the back of the head, you grab them by the back of the head, and then you take the bag and you flip it upside down, and then there's a moment where you have to like switch hands, grab the snake, and then pull the bag over backwards, and then lift it and tie it off. And I'm like, these motherfuckers are out of their minds,
my
right? Like,
God.
I'm not doing this
Yeah,
shit.
I'd be like, whoa.
Yeah.
So the first redneck kid goes up and he just fucking does it. I'm like, oh, that's not that bad. If this kid can do it, I can do it, right?
You got this.
Second kid does it. I'm like, all right. He goes, well, after 2 snakes, though, we have to switch snakes because they get too irritated and they can get too aggressive, so we go to a different snake.
Oh, shit.
So then he goes to the back of the truck and he pulls another fucking Jake the Snake Robert bag
my
out, right?
God.
And it's a
Jake
bigger
the
fucking
Snake
python,
Robert?
right? And it's not that big, but it's bigger. I'm
Sure.
like,
I'd be freaking out.
so then the next couple of people do it. And then, like, now I'm in line and I have a number and everything,
Oh,
dude.
shit.
And I'm like,
I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna take my number.
I'm like number 12. 6 people in, it's full fucking
Oh,
pythons.
shit.
He keeps
Oh,
switching these
shit.
snakes. I'm like, oh my God. Now my heart's fucking flying. I'm like, I'm gonna
shit.
die. I'm getting eaten by a python today, right?
Oh shit.
By the time I get up, it's just fucking. I have pictures of it. I think you've seen them, dude. It's just big ass python.
To daddy.
right?
Oh my God. I
And
wanna
now
go
the
like-
adrenaline's kicking, and I'm like, fucking, I'm doing this, you know? And Bill's like, dude, you gotta do this, we gotta do this,
Oh
you know?
shit.
So I fucking get up and I walk up on this snake like I'm like some gangster. I'm trying to pretend like I'm not scared. I like walk up like there's a picture of me like eyeing the snake down. So I got dude. And he goes, listen, they're either gonna get scared and run away from you,
they're gonna
or they're
attack
not, and they're going to like get aggressive with you if they feel like they can't get away, right? So he goes, a couple rules. He's like, listen, whatever you do, when you get the snake down, make sure that you stay up. Don't go down to their level because then they can wrap you. And if they wrap you, if it's around your leg, I can help you. But if it's around your body, I'm not going to be able to help you, right? I'm like, oh my fucking God, right? So as soon as I get up, I go and I fucking trap the snake, right? And I'm like, and I have him down, and I'm like, my arms are shaking, right? I got him trapped. So I grabbed the back of the snakes, but it was too loose. And your instinct is to get down with them because you're trying to get closer to get a better grip. And I lose the grip and I fall back because this snake starts striking at me, dude. I swear to God. And I'm like, holy shit. Now I'm on my back and I got a python striking at me.
Jeez.
And this guy's like, don't move. I'm like, yeah, don't move. I'm like, dude. And he's like, trying to figure out if he can help me.
You were out of there.
And I get an adrenaline rush and I grab this fucking stick and I whack this snake. And then
I'd be freaking out,
I
dude.
whacked the snake and he's like, you can't kill it. I'm like, I'm not. And I trapped the snake and I literally, again, I go to try to fucking wrap it. It starts to shake and he's like, don't go down. And I end up wrapping the snake and dropping the thing. I did it, right? And I'm like, oh my God. I swear to God.
But first you whacked him?
I'm fully like, and literally like, there was like 2 women there and they're like screaming when I'm getting struck out. And they like walk up and they're like, hug me, like, you were so brave. I'm like, brave? And I look at my fucking arms. I show them my arms are shaking. And literally this fucking other lady walks up and drops like a basket and like a tool. She goes, congratulations. I'm like, what is this? And she goes, you're now a licensed snake python catcher. I guess this was like the test.
We gotta get you on a charter.
You had to hit it once with the tool?
Oh, fuck yeah, I hit it, dude.
You
They
had,
were
to set
mad.
it, you had to set it straight. That was
I
all.
mean, just to kind of like get it distracted, and I did it. But dude, it was the scariest thing.
crazy. I'd be
Probably one of the
freaking the-
scariest things I've ever
Hell yeah,
done
I'd
in
be
my
freaking
life.
the fuck out.
Dude, the
That's
best is like
crazy.
there's pictures, like Bill's taking pictures, and then he goes and does it too. And I send it. I was supposed to go somewhere with Sylvia and the kids. They were young, and she's like, "Where are you?" And I send a picture. She goes, "What the fuck are you doing, dude?" So yeah, I'm
That's
a licensed
crazy.
python catcher.
That's awesome.
Ask me how many times I've gone python catching.
Once.
0. But yeah, 1 that time.
We
That-
should
Certified.
Dude,
That's
that was
awesome.
some
We're gonna
people-
take you on a charter.
That's
I'm gonna
awesome.
book.
Rosenberg's
go.
a
Hey,
man, dude.
let's book him on a charter.
for
Python
Yeah.
Cowboy?
Yeah.
You've been out with him,
That's
right?
awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I would. Dude, they're fucking
It's
pretty
fun.
Hell
scary.
yeah,
dude.
they are, dude. I'd be
they'll
scared
fuck you up.
shitless, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah,
They
it's a
got 20-footers out there in the Everglades.
Do they really?
Yeah, 20-foot pythons.
bro. These things get big.
How big are those pythons?
They were big. This one was probably
That was a
at
6-footer.
probably 8 feet. It
Oh,
was big,
dang.
dude. It
Oh,
was
I'd be
big.
bugging out, dude.
It was big.
That's
I couldn't
ballsy.
sleep for like,
Yeah,
dude,
that's
every time
ballsy.
anything, like the cat would touch my leg. I'm like, fuck! The snakes are coming to get me. You know, like, dude, it was bad. It was
They're
bad.
rising up.
Snakes are coming for me.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I'd be bugging out, dude.
I'd go out there on one of those with you or
Yeah,
something.
we're gonna do it. We are.
I mean, so you go out with the python.
I've been with him a couple times.
yeah, but
it's
that
insane.
dude does it right.
But I did iguanas, not pythons.
Oh yeah, but I've seen
does-
that. He
no,
got,
he's the
he got
python
bit by
That's a
one.
iguana and a python.
A python's a snake.
Python's a snake,
One can
iguana's a
kill you.
lizard.
Oh,
One
okay.
can kill you, one can't.
I can tell you haven't
No,
had
the
many
iguanas
animals.
are
I'm
the
gonna skip you on
iguanas are
this.
harmless.
That's awesome,
Trunsky,
that's awesome.
you could literally take an iguana, kiss it in the face, like they're harmless.
Oh
the
my ass! I
pythons-
heard they
Python,
whip
can't
you and
skip in the
everything.
face.
Well,
Can't
they
kiss the
can
face.
hit you with a tail. Yeah,
They don't
but,
bite it off.
I mean, it doesn't hurt.
You heard my iguana story, right? I told you. I just told you on the last episode. I thought I trapped the iguana, and the fucking iguana's playing tricks on me, dude. I threw him over the fence, thinking like I got rid of him.
Oh,
and
and
just
he
came
kept
right
go-
back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
dude.
great.
No, but I also one time I got inked by an octopus. You ever been inked by an
No.
octopus?
What's that?
I swear to God.
They
I've
spray
never-
you with their...
They
Really?
spray you with their ink. Remember Amos
Oh.
and Andy?
Were you scuba diving?
No, dude. We were in Key West. We were staying at some resort, and like 10 feet off the shore, they had like a reef or a rock that you could climb on. You know. So we were out, me and my boy Andy. Remember Amos and Andy? So we go and we swim out to this rock, and we just stand on the rock. So on the corner of a rock, I see an octopus sitting on the corner of the rock, and like I'm like, holy shit, an octopus. So I'm like trying to stay away from
Yeah,
this
that's
thing.
cool.
Yeah, but Andy's one of these like, whoa, let's go touch it, people, right?
Let's kiss it.
So he's like, whoa, and he grabs a stick, and I'm like, dude, stay the fuck away from the octopus, dude, right? And he's like, starts to poke the thing, and you see this thing, it's like translucent, it's like clear. It starts to like shake, and fucking, it just literally sprays ink
Oh,
at
shit,
both of us.
shut up.
I dive off this rock, like, I don't want to get inked.
Yeah,
I don't know what
I don't
ink
know.
does
I
to
don't
you.
know what
Like,
that is.
what does ink from an octopus do to you? It
It
blinds
just-
you, right?
Yeah, no, it just so it doesn't blind you. It just it hides them like camouflage.
Oh, I thought it's like
Yeah.
meant to blind. They're like
well, I
attackers.
didn't know. I thought you were gonna say I got inked
think
and
it
I had to get
burns.
rushed to the emergency room.
No,
or
I
something.
fucking it missed me because I
got
dove
out of
off the
there.
goddamn rock, dude.
Crazy.
Well,
think
first it
it's
started to.
stained.
Yeah, Rosenberg's in the emergency room.
It started to run towards us first, so we were about to dive off anyway because he was like brave touching it till that thing started running at him, and it was like maybe this big, you know. But yeah, I've been inked by an octopus. I've been struck at by a snake.
It's crazy.
Those things are smart.
What, the
The
octopus?
octopus.
Yeah, dude. He
Two
was,
Taps is the outdoorsman.
dude, I love being
You
outdoor,
are.
but
You're
dude,
the
like,
outdoors.
that's why I
Rosenberg
like-
does a bit of everything, man.
He's,
you know.
he's the jack of
Yeah,
all.
Rosenberg does a bit of everything.
Yeah, dude. I like to live. You know what I mean? But I almost died doing it a lot. Dude, it's why I go to the woods a lot. I go to the Carolinas a lot. I got like the bear thing. It's not a gun. It's the stun thing. It's not a stun thing. It's
like,
like
a taser.
It's not like a taser. It is. It's like the pellets though. Like it has like pepper spray in it or something. But it's like a
Okay.
bear thing.
Huh.
I carry that shit when I'm hiking. You know, my wife's like, "Do you really need that?" I'm like, "Yes, I do need that."
You're
You
like,
know.
yeah, I need that here.
You'll be thankful we run up on a bear. She's like, you
Right.
think that's gonna fucking do anything? I'm like, probably not, but I'm gonna fucking try.
You're
you know?
ready.
You're like, I'm gonna nail it anyway.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. You guys have any crazy animal encounters you can think of?
Oh God. My craziest one. This one's a little off, a little different. But I was at this wedding. You know, met this lady.
You're like, I met this bear.
We go up to this secluded, like, kind of naturey area, thinking we're just chilling. This was in New Jersey way back in the day.
Oh, you're gonna get some action.
We were getting action.
Yeah.
Action was being delivered,
Oh,
and
nice,
then
dude.
I just look up, and there's this big ass deer just staring at me from like 30 feet away, and I was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" I could tell I was being watched. You know, I had that sense like something's looking at you. It turned out to be a big ass deer. So good story. You know,
Yeah, that's awesome.
it was, but it was
Hell
surprised. It
yeah.
was jarring at first.
Hell
I was like,
yeah.
"What the fuck?" And it was all good. You
Yeah,
know?
dude, that's.
You're like, no action. The deer's coming.
It was it was a very nice
and
wedding.
Then I had the.
That's awesome.
I also had the New Orleans. Do you remember that
Oh
fucking?
my God, that was
the
crazy.
voodoo
That
party,
was crazy.
dude. So I ended up. That's my animal encounter too.
Dude, that was crazy.
We went to like Mardi Gras, and a friend of mine's dad was getting married in fucking like in Mardi Gras, right? And he's like, "Yeah, listen, my dad invited us up," and we were like in our 20s, you know. My dad invited us up to Mardi Gras, and like he invited us to be there and party with him. I'm like, we just jumped in the car and went. We get there and like. We're staying in the room with like the newlyweds, dude. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing, dude? He's like, I don't know, dude. And they were crazy. They were all like just drunks, kind of like really crazy white trash people, you know? And so we ended up getting Mardi Gras for like 2 days. Like I lost all my jewelry, like we lost friends. It was like wild. So then the last day on like Sunday, I get woken up and I'm on the floor of this hotel room and they're like, I'm covered in feathers and like boob necklaces and beads, you know? And I'm hungover as all hell, right? And they're like, dude, we got to go to the wedding. I'm like, what fucking wedding? What are you talking about? Like, dude, I can't even fucking see straight. And they're like, no, dude, we're going to the wedding. It's a voodoo wedding. I'm like, a what? I'm not going to a fucking voodoo wedding. Are you out of your mind? And he's like, dude, what do you think we're here?
That's awesome.
He goes, the Travel Channel paid for their room if they would get married in a voodoo wedding and they could film it. Remember the Travel Channel? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, they're like, yeah, dude. So we go to this fucking voodoo wedding, dude.
Oh my God.
And I go in, this like witch lady, she's got like eyes looking at me like, hello. I'm like, oh my God, I can't take this, dude. It's all like incense burning and drum beating. And they have these two fucking albino snakes, like these python snakes. They're putting it on your shoulder. They're doing this whole thing. And the worst is like, I look up and the Travel Channel has a fucking camera in my face and I'm hungover. I have like a snake on me. I'm like, dude, what am I doing here? It was the wildest experience
It was
ever.
awesome, dude. I turned on the TV and all of a sudden I see. I'm like, is that Rosenberg on the
Oh my
fucking TV?
God,
I'm like,
dude.
what the hell's going on
I
here?
got these calls. I never saw that, by the way. I could never find the tape. I got calls for 10 years from random people like, Rosenberg, were you in a fucking voodoo wedding? I'm like, oh my God. I'm like,
Dude, we gotta
what
find
channel?
that
Dude,
footage.
I've
It was
Google
crazy.
searched
It was
it. I've
crazy.
YouTube searched. I can't find it.
We're gonna call the Travel
I've searched
Channel.
Travel Channel. This was like 97 or something, you
Yeah,
know?
long
It's
time
got to
ago.
be out there.
Everybody, for 10 years, be like, dude, I swear to God, I saw a dude look just like you with a fucking snake on his shoulders in a voodoo wedding. I'm like, huh? That's crazy.
Have you asked AI yet?
Yeah, dude. I haven't done it since AI, but like,
Yeah.
I tried
AI
hard
will
to
dig
find
it
it.
up.
You saw it randomly.
Dude,
Why the fuck were you watching the Travel Channel?
Dude, all of a sudden I turn on TV and I'm like, oh my God, it's Rosenberg with a snake on him, dude. It was crazy.
So you actually saw it.
I saw it. I saw the whole thing.
exists.
Yep. Oh, it exists. It exists. I saw it. It was crazy.
Yeah, dude.
I saw it.
It was wild.
I gotta see this.
I also had one where I knew a barking pig. Don't ask. You never met Robbie Fry, did you meet him?
No.
He was like this like hick
Ohio State?
Myrtle Beach.
Pig.
So he was this like hick surfer, skate, like rocker. He played like in a rock band too. Wild guy. He just came up like rugged South. What's up, man? Talk like that, real deep Southern. Rosenberg, what's going on? And he tells me, you got to come meet my pig. I go, you're what? He goes, my pig, Doodapee. I'm like, the pig's name Doodapee? He goes, Doodapee, yeah, man. He's a barking pig. I go, dude, this is just getting better, this fucking story. Tell me about the barking pig. He said, well, he grew up with my dogs, and he learned how to bark.
Oh
So
my
he just
God.
barks.
Oh my God.
I'm like, dude, what? So I swear to God, we go over there, and he's got in the backyard, he's got a fucking like sty, and he's got dogs, and he goes out, he lets the pig, and the pig is an aggressive fucking pig. Like he's like, oh, he'll fucking bite you, man.
Comes
He
full
ain't.
charge
He
in.
tell
Oh
me,
my
my
God.
Doodapee fuck you up. He don't like people. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So why?
Why am I
so
here?
like, I never like went out near. We'd see it because you could see through his like he had a sliding glass door in the living room. You could see everything, and you'd see him with this fucking pig. Pig loved it. Doodapee loved him, but the pig would literally, he would bark, dude. It was the fucking
thought he was a
wildest
dog.
thing. So then one time we go over there. You remember Pat?
Yo,
We talked
dude.
about Pat in a prior episode. Pat was my redneck friend who thought he acted like a black gangster.
Yeah.
Like,
Greatest. The
he
greatest.
was,
This guy's
dude, he was a
the
fucking,
greatest.
remember? He's like, yo, and he was just,
A redneck.
dude, he was like, remember, he used to act like he was from the Crips and the Bloods, and I went to his house, his like mom's a librarian, he had like this nice fucking,
Mom's
she had like butterscotch
librarian.
candy, I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, no, it was hard coming up in my house. I'm like, bitch, this was like in '97 where it wasn't so common, where like a redneck was like a black gangster, right? It was hilarious.
Pat,
so
let me
one
get a
day,
Werther's.
so he was
Oh
a
my God,
clown
he
just
was
to see him,
hilarious.
and it was so funny to see him getting episodes because he was a fucking
he was
wild man. Remember?
hilarious, dude.
So one day we start talking about this pig, and Robbie's like, "You ain't met my pig, Pat?" And he's like, "What pig?" He's like, "Doodapee." He's like, "What? It's a barking pig." He's like,
Oh,
"Oh." I'm like, Pat, you got to meet him. He's super friendly. He's super sweet, this pig. Like, I'm trying to set him up, right? So he's like, Robbie's like, yeah, he's friendly. He's real friendly, Pat. He's real. So we go over there, and it's like 5 of us. And all of us, like, we stay inside. He's like, y'all ain't coming? We're like, no, we're good. He likes to meet one person at a time. We tell him, we're all good. So he goes out. I swear to God, we're dying inside waiting for this to happen. And Robbie lifts the fucking sty gate. And this fucking pig comes barreling out, going right at Pat. And you see, all I hear is Pat go, "Oh fuck!" And you see him sprint, and he was athletic. Pat could run fast. He's sprinting down the yard. This pig,
Oh my
and
God.
dude, Robbie's on the floor, right? I'm
Oh my
inside,
God.
and dude, he literally tries to jump and grab a tree. And like grab it in the air, and he fucking just slides down the tree, and the pig starts biting at him.
Shut up.
Dude, it was the greatest. So then he gets up and he runs, and we're dying. We run out of the house. We're laughing so fucking hard, and we come around the front, and all of a sudden, Pat comes flying over this wooden fence. He literally grabbed and like catapulted himself over, and lands on the back, lands on the ground. He's looking up, and he goes, "Y'all motherfuckers couldn't tell me about the pig." I'm like, oh, dude, he never acted like that before. He's like, fuck Doodapee.
That's awesome.
Oh my God, dude! I swear to God, this is a true story, dude. Shout out Robbie Fry. I don't know if Doodapee.
that's
How long do
hilarious.
pigs live?
Shout out Project Pat.
Oh my
I don't
God,
know.
Pat's still there. He's alive. I don't know
Oh
if
my God,
Robbie's alive.
Pat, dude,
and
Pat
I
is
don't
the
know.
biggest legend you'll ever meet, dude. He's hilarious, dude.
Yeah, but dude, that's the
Oh,
funny
that's
fan
hilarious.
animal encounters.
That is hilarious,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, that's a good place to end this episode.
Oh my God, that
though.
is hilarious, Rosenberg.
I swear to God, it's a true story. Doodapee.
Doodoo.
I tell people that story, they don't believe it. My
What's
daughter loves
the
that.
name is Doodoo-pee?
Doodapee.
Doodapee.
You gotta
I've
say it.
never
You gotta
heard of
say it
that.
in your accent.
Doodapee.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Doodapee.
It's Doodapee, my barking pig.
That's hilarious.
How big a boy is he?
It was big. He was a legit big pig.
That's
man. He had hair
hilarious.
and shit on him. I'm like, well, I'm not
It's
fucking with that
hilarious.
pig.
He nearly real
Dude,
bad.
pigs have big teeth too. Have you ever seen?
Oh, yeah.
I
dude. This pig was fucking. I swear to God, my daughter, it's her favorite story. She's like, "Tell me about Doodoo Pig. Tell me
That's
about Doodoo
hilarious.
Pig." Oh my
Doodoo
God.
Pig.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Doodoo Pig now.
Dude, that guy never came to Florida with the rest of the crew to visit.
He did. You just never
did?
met him. Yeah. No, but we're not done. But
Oh,
you're
my-
getting up. But
My bad.
yeah.
Sorry about that.
Doodoo Pig, dude.
Thought you said we wrapped it up.
No.
That's hilarious.
No, but this is a good place to wrap now that JT's just getting up from the table.
Sorry.
He put himself.
But thank you guys all for coming. Look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. Please like and subscribe. I'm being told I got to ask you to like and subscribe because that's what you're supposed to do on these shows. Like and subscribe. We're on Spotify now, on iHeartRadio. We're on YouTube Music. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're literally everywhere. But go to YouTube, like, subscribe. We appreciate you. Love you all. See you next time.
Bye, Doodoo Pig.
Cut.